You ever hear your name in a conversation you were never meant to be part of? That's the exact moment I stopped being the nice cousin and started becoming something else entirely. I'm Elijah, 34, and if you'd asked anyone in my family who the reliable one is, they'd point to me. Not loudly, but like it's a given, like gravity. I'm the one who quietly shows up, who pays the bill nobody mentions, who texts, "Got it covered," when someone's electricity gets cut. I don't have kids. I don't have a spouse. I work in IT consulting, and I've done all right. And because I'm stable, that's somehow translated to available in everyone else's eyes. So when my cousin Daniel and his wife Lauren got evicted last year, helping them wasn't even a question. I co-signed their new lease, paid the deposit, set up autopay for their rent, $1,750 a month, just until they got back on their feet. That was 14 months ago. Daniel and I were close once. Grew up like brothers. Shared video games, sleepovers, even school punishments. But as adults, we drifted. He became the dreamer, food trucks, crypto, a failed lifestyle blog. I became the one with a real job and real responsibilities. Still, when he needed help, I helped. Because that's what family does, right? Then came last Thursday. I called Daniel, just to check in before rent autopay hit again. He picked up, sounding winded. "Yo, hey man, give me a second." I heard shuffling, a door closing, then silence. "Just checking if everything's good before rent clears Monday." "We're good. You are too responsible, bro, appreciate it." We hung up, or so I thought. A second later, I heard a voice. "Lauren." "What did he want?" "Rent stuff," Daniel chuckled. "Dude acts like we'd die without him. Like he's some savior or something." They laughed. Then Lauren's voice, loud and clear. "He's weird. Creepy energy. How'd someone like that even get rich?" I froze. I hadn't hung up, and they hadn't realized. I sat in stunned silence while they joked about me. Called me a money martyr. Said if I ever stopped paying, they'd just fake a crisis to guilt me again. They laughed like it was the funniest thing they'd ever said. I finally ended the call. The screen said 4 minutes, 19 seconds. I stared at the same folder I used every month to double-check their balance before sending money. And I felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Just the unmistakable clarity of someone waking up mid-dream and realizing everyone around them is wide awake and lying. Most people think revenge starts with rage. Mine started with silence, the kind that builds slowly until it becomes undeniable. After I ended that call, I didn't rage text Daniel. I didn't message Lauren. I didn't even mention it in the group chat. I just stopped. Stopped responding. Stopped carrying the conversation. Stopped being available. That same night, Daniel sent me a meme like nothing happened. I left it on. Read. What they didn't know was that I had already pulled up the lease file. Reread every line. Check my co-signature terms. Called Lena, a friend of mine who works in tenant-landlord law. I needed to know exactly how deep I was in, and how to get out. She confirmed what I hoped. I could remove myself upon lease renewal. It wouldn't stop them from living there, but it would stop me from being liable. The timing? Perfect. The lease was up Monday. Still, I didn't say a word. Friday passed. Saturday. Sunday. Monday morning, Daniel texted. "Yo, can we hop on a quick call before renewal hits?" Grimacing face. That emoji felt like a slap. Like we were still cool. Like he didn't mock me with his wife while I was still on the line. Then Lauren chimed in. "Morning, Elijah. Just wanted to confirm we're good to go for lease renewal. Can't believe it's been a year." Party popper. I waited until noon. Then I sent one message. Hey, I've reviewed the lease and decided not to renew. I'm removing myself effective today. You'll need to work directly with the landlord going forward. 3 minutes later, Daniel called. I let it ring. Then came the flood of messages. Wait, what? You can't just do that. Come on, man, we've talked about this. You know we can't get approved without you. Ah, there it was. Not. We're sorry. Not. What happened? Just panic. 6 more texts followed, spiraling from confusion to anger. Is this punishment for one missed payment? Dude, really? Over a misunderstanding? A misunderstanding. That's how he labeled it. Not the laughter. Not the fake emergencies. Just a hiccup. By 4 p.m., I got a call from the landlord, Henry. Professional, polite. Hi, Elijah. Just confirming you're withdrawing from the lease? Correct. I've already emailed the paperwork. And I won't be financially liable beyond today. Understood. I'll notify them. It was done. Or so I thought. At 6:30 p.m., my phone rang again. My mom? Now, for context, she's Daniel's aunt but raised us like brothers. Always preached unity. But her version of peace? It usually meant, don't upset the wrong people. Elijah, she started, skipping the hello. What's going on with Daniel? Why are you doing this? I stayed calm. I just decided not to renew the lease. It's not healthy for me. That's really disappointing, she said. They're family. And that's when I said it. Disappointing? You want to know what's disappointing? Being laughed at behind your back by people you help every month. That's what. There was silence on the line. Then, I'm sure they didn't mean it. Of course. That line. I hung up. Not in anger. In finality. I didn't want revenge anymore. I wanted release. They say the internet never forgets. I was counting on that. By Tuesday, I had gone full ghost. No replies. No reactions. That silence? It made them squirm. Daniel texted again, switching tones. Hey man, I don't know what's going on. We've always been honest with each other. You know I appreciate you, right? I laughed. Not angrily. Just emptily. Then on Friday night, it happened. I was heading home from the gym when my phone buzzed with a notification. Then another. Then 10. Daniel had posted a public thread on ThreadHub. A long one. Emotional. Carefully worded. Sometimes help turns into control. It began. He told a vague sob story. How he and his wife were trying to rebuild after a hard year. How they had relied on a relative's generosity. But that help turned into manipulation. He never used my name. Smart. He knew if he tagged me, I could reply directly. But this way? He painted a one-sided story. Strangers flooded the replies. Your cousin sounds toxic. Financial abuse is real. You don't owe anyone your dignity. They lapped it up. Because people love villains. And he made me the perfect one. I didn't respond. Didn't post. Didn't comment. But I did one thing. I screenshotted everything. The lease agreement, text threads, their messages begging for money, the transcript of that phone call they forgot to hang up on. All of it. Then I called Henry, the landlord. Hey, just a heads up. There might be social fallout from Daniel. We've already seen it, Henry said. But honestly, I've had my own issues with him. Turns out, Daniel had built a bit of a reputation. Late utilities. Noise complaints. Trash left in common areas. But I had shielded him. I made apologies to the building staff. Paid extra fees. Covered his tracks. Without me, he had no safety net. And now, he had no one. 2 days later, Henry sent Daniel and Lauren a formal notice of lease violation. Not for missed payments, for public defamation and prior complaints. It wasn't just a money problem anymore. It was conduct. Then came the message from Lauren. You need to fix this. The landlord's trying to evict us. This is harassment. You're obsessed with ruining us. No apology. No ownership. Just outrage. I blocked her. That same night, a new number left a voicemail. Hi, Elijah. This is Natalie from Urban Lens. We're writing a piece on financial abuse in families. Daniel pointed us to you as the cousin in question. Just looking for your side. He tried to drag it to the media. To sell our story. To erase the truth. That's when I smiled. Because I still had one more move. And it was going to end everything. He forgot I had the receipts. Every bill, every dollar, every cruel laugh. I didn't yell. I didn't post a thread war. I just showed the truth. And the truth did all the work for me. After that voicemail from the journalist, I didn't panic. I didn't even flinch. Instead, I went into the autopay system I'd used for over a year. The one they never thought to check because it had just always worked. Wi-Fi, phones, utilities, all in my name. I didn't rage click. I just canceled them. One by one. Not to be cruel. Just to finally stop playing the role they'd shoved me into. The invisible helper who never asks questions. I left the water on. I'm not heartless. But the rest? Gone. By Thursday night, my phone lit up again. Daniel. Voicemail. Panicked. Elijah, what are you doing? The internet's down. Phones are off. Michelle's parents can't call her. Now the electric company says the lights go off tomorrow? Are you seriously trying to get us kicked out? You're a psychopath. 2 minutes later, another message. You win, okay? Is that what you want to hear? You're happy now? No. Not happy. Free. That night, I posted one message on ThreadHub. Not dramatic. Not angry. Just the facts. 14 months. $1,750 per month rent. $230 per month utilities. $110 phone. $90 Wi-Fi. Plus groceries, ride shares, holiday gifts. Over $27,000. Given freely. No contract. No complaints. Then they forgot to hang up one day. I heard what they really thought of me. That was the only conversation I needed. No tags. No hashtags. No names. But it spread fast. People found Daniel's thread. Matched the timeline. Screenshotted the numbers. Compared receipts. The backlash flipped like a switch. Wow. Turns out the cousin wasn't the problem. Now this is a thread that actually hurts. Strangers began deleting their comments from Daniel's post. Some messaged me apologies. I didn't reply. This wasn't about attention. It was about truth. By Saturday, I got one last email from Henry. Tenants vacated overnight. Left a mess. Thank you for the early warning. Saved us a lot of trouble. That was it. Daniel and Lauren were gone. Probably crashed at a friend's house or with their parents, the same ones they said were. Too old school. I didn't care. The silence they left behind? It was beautiful. No texts. No late night emergencies. No guilt trips wrapped in birthday messages. Just peace. A month later, while doing taxes, I realized something. Not having them in my life had saved me over $2,800 in a single month. I took myself to dinner. No reason. No occasion. Just me. A table by the window at my favorite Korean barbecue place. Enough food for two. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel like I owed anyone anything. No explanations. No apologies. No wait. Just space. And peace.